When the NFL announced that Super Bowl 60 would be held at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, some people questioned the choice. This is a stadium that hosted one of the coldest, most criticized Super Bowls in recent memory, back in 2016. A stadium that's been called uncomfortable, awkwardly designed, and too expensive. But here's what nobody talks about. Levi's Stadium wasn't just chosen for Super Bowl 60, it was practically built for it. From the moment groundbreaking began in 2012, decisions were made that would allow this venue to evolve into one of the most technologically advanced, scalable, event-ready stadiums in the world. And the $200 million in upgrades completed just before Super Bowl 60 prove it. This isn't a story about fixing mistakes. It's a story about a stadium designed from day one to handle the biggest events on Earth, and how Silicon Valley engineering transformed a regional NFL venue into a global entertainment platform. Let's dive in. Levi's Stadium opened in 2014 as the new home of the San Francisco 49ers, replacing the aging Candlestick Park. But calling it just a football stadium misses the point entirely. From the beginning, this was designed as a multi-use entertainment venue capable of hosting Super Bowls, World Cup matches, concerts, and corporate events. The original construction cost $1.3 billion, making it one of the most expensive stadiums ever built at the time. The location itself was strategic. Santa Clara sits in the heart of Silicon Valley, surrounded by tech companies, venture capital, and infrastructure built to support innovation. The 49ers ownership understood something critical. If you build a stadium that only works for 8 NFL home games a year, you're leaving billions on the table. So they designed Levi's Stadium with scalability as the core principle. The stadium's infrastructure, power systems, data networks, HVAC, crowd flow, security was over-engineered from day one to handle demands far beyond a typical NFL game. That decision, made over a decade ago, is why Levi's Stadium could host Super Bowl 60 with upgrades rather than a complete overhaul. The original design featured 68,500 seats with expandability to 75,000 for major events. The seating bowl was optimized not just for football, but for soccer, concerts, and other configurations. The field sits on a removable tray system, allowing natural grass to be rolled out for sunlight and maintenance, a feature critical for hosting FIFA World Cup matches where natural grass is mandatory. But the real genius was in the infrastructure nobody sees. The stadium was built with a fiber optic network capable of handling data loads that seemed absurd in 2014. Over 40 miles of fiber optic cable were installed, creating a distributed antenna system supporting tens of thousands of simultaneous mobile connections. In 2014, that seemed like overkill. By 2025, it's barely adequate, which is why the Super Bowl LX upgrades included massive network expansion. The original design also included over 13,000 square feet of solar panels, the largest deployment on any stadium at the time. The solar system generates approximately 1.2 megawatts of power, offsetting significant energy consumption. Climate was another critical factor. Unlike Minneapolis, Detroit, or other cold weather Super Bowl hosts requiring domed stadiums, Santa Clara offers mild, predictable weather. Average February temperature is around 60 degrees with minimal rain probability. This allowed Levi's Stadium to be built open air, saving hundreds of millions in construction costs. The stadium features partial roofing and wind mitigation to protect premium seating, but the field remains open, enhancing the football experience while reducing long-term operational costs. When Levi's Stadium hosted Super Bowl 50 in 2016, it was both a triumph and a learning experience. The game itself was successful, but the stadium faced criticism. Fans complained about uncomfortable seating, inadequate shade, poor crowd flow, and technology glitches. The stadium's west-facing orientation meant late afternoon sun blasted certain sections, creating unbearable heat. Those criticisms weren't ignored. They became the foundation for a decade of continuous improvement. Between 2016 and 2025, Levi's Stadium underwent iterative upgrades, informed by operational data from hundreds of events. The venue hosted college football championships, WrestleMania 31, international soccer matches, massive concerts, and corporate events. Each event generated data about crowd flow, concessions throughput, security bottlenecks, and infrastructure limitations. Then came the FIFA World Cup announcement. Levi's Stadium was selected to host 6 matches during the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This designation came with strict infrastructure requirements. natural grass field quality, specific sightline standards, media facilities meeting FIFA specifications, and security protocols exceeding typical NFL standards. Meeting those requirements required investments that also made the stadium more Super Bowl ready. In 2023, planning began for the $200 million in upgrades, specifically targeting Super Bowl 60. These weren't cosmetic changes, they were systematic infrastructure improvements designed to solve problems identified over a decade. The seating overhaul addressed the most consistent complaint. Over 15,000 seats were replaced with wider, more comfortable seating, featuring better cushioning. Premium seating areas received climate-controlled enhancements, with additional shade structures installed to eliminate sun-blasting issues. The network infrastructure received a massive upgrade. The original fiber optic cable was supplemented with a distributed antenna system, supporting 5G connectivity throughout the venue. The stadium now supports over 80,000 simultaneous mobile device connections, with dedicated bandwidth for broadcast media, security systems, and operational networks. Concessions and restroom facilities were expanded based on traffic pattern analysis. High-traffic areas received additional points of sale and express lanes. Restroom capacity was increased by 20% in the most congested zones. During a Super Bowl where 75,000 people move through concessions during a 12-minute halftime, these upgrades prevent bottlenecks. Security infrastructure was completely modernized. Advanced screening technology replaced older metal detectors, cutting average entry time by 40%. Surveillance systems were upgraded to AI-enhanced cameras capable of crowd density monitoring and real-time threat assessment. Backstage and production facilities were expanded dramatically. This is where the infrastructure's true versatility shines. Bad Bunny's Super Bowl 60 halftime show, one of the most technically complex performances in Super Bowl history, was only possible because of infrastructure decisions made in 2012. The original design included oversized loading docks, dedicated power distribution capable of handling massive production loads, and structural supports designed to handle stage rigging far beyond typical NFL requirements. Bad Bunny's production required 12 minutes of setup and teardown during halftime. The performance featured a multi-level stage with hydraulic lifts, pyrotechnics, LED walls requiring dedicated power circuits, and wireless audio systems coordinating hundreds of frequencies simultaneously. The stadium's over-engineered electrical infrastructure provided the power capacity and redundancy necessary to run this production without compromising stadium operations. The fiber optic network allowed real-time coordination between production teams, broadcast networks, and stadium operations. The structural capacity of the field tray system meant heavy staging equipment could be deployed without damaging the playing surface, and the expanded backstage areas created during the $200 million upgrade provided the space needed for Bad Bunny's massive crew, equipment, and performers to prepare, execute, and clear in record time. This is what scalable infrastructure means in practice. The stadium wasn't built for Bad Bunny's specific halftime show. It was built to accommodate whatever production demands the future might bring. That philosophy enabled one of the most memorable Super Bowl performances in recent history. Transportation infrastructure around the stadium received major investment. The nearby VTA light rail station was expanded, parking facilities were reconfigured, and rideshare zones were redesigned. For Super Bowl 60, the goal was moving 75,000 people in and out efficiently without hours-long gridlock. The sustainability upgrades went beyond the original solar installation. Additional solar arrays were added, water reclamation systems were upgraded, and LED lighting reduced energy consumption by 30%. These improvements reduce operational costs and demonstrate sustainability commitments. So why was Levi's Stadium the perfect choice for Super Bowl 60? First, the original over-engineered infrastructure meant the stadium didn't need rebuilding, just upgrading. The fiber optic backbone, power systems, and structural capacity were already there. Second, the stadium's Silicon Valley location provides unmatched access to technology partners and innovation. The integration of AI-enhanced security, advanced connectivity, and real-time operational monitoring leveraged the local technological ecosystem. Third, the climate advantage cannot be overstated. Hosting a Super Bowl in February without a dome eliminates hundreds of millions in construction and operational costs. Mild weather means comfortable fans, simpler logistics, and enhanced atmosphere. Fourth, operational experience gained from hosting hundreds of diverse events created institutional knowledge. The stadium management team refined a well-understood system rather than starting from scratch. Fifth, the FIFA World Cup designation validated the infrastructure and required upgrades that also benefited the Super Bowl. The investment positioned the stadium for decades of major international events. But not everyone agrees this was the perfect choice. Critics point out that Levi's Stadium remains one of the most expensive stadiums to operate, with costs passed on through high ticket prices. The $200 million in upgrades were funded through stadium revenue, NFL contributions, and increased fees, costs that ultimately impact fans. Environmental groups question whether sustainability improvements offset the massive carbon footprint of hosting an event drawing 150,000 visitors to the region. The solar panels and water reclamation are positive, but they don't eliminate a Super Bowl's environmental impact. There are concerns about long-term viability. Technology that seems cutting-edge in 2025 will be outdated by 2035. Unlike historic stadiums that age gracefully, technology-dependent venues require constant reinvestment or risk obsolescence. Some Bay Area residents express frustration that $200 million was invested in a stadium, while regional housing and transportation challenges remain unresolved. The counter-argument is that stadium revenues fund improvements, not public dollars, but the perception of misplaced priorities persists. Despite these criticisms, Super Bowl 60 at Levi's Stadium represents something significant. Proof that a stadium designed with scalability from day one can evolve to meet future demands without complete reconstruction. The question isn't whether Levi's Stadium was perfect, it's whether the original design philosophy of over-engineering infrastructure and embracing continuous improvement created a venue capable of hosting the world's biggest events for decades. Super Bowl 60 will be the test. If 75,000 fans have a seamless experience, if Bad Bunny's halftime show executes flawlessly, if the event generates economic impact without operational chaos, then Levi's Stadium proves that strategic infrastructure investment and Silicon Valley innovation can transform a regional venue into a global platform. So what do you think? Was Levi's Stadium the perfect choice for Super Bowl 60? Or are there fundamental limitations no amount of upgrades can fix? Should other cities follow this model of continuous technological enhancement? Let us know in the comments. If you're fascinated by how mega events are engineered and the infrastructure decisions that make or break billion-dollar venues, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most ambitious projects. We'll see you in the next one.